What does it mean to be strong? Our world has a clear answer. Strength is power. It is wealth. It is influence. It is a loud voice and an unbreakable will. Strength is found on the throne, on the battlefield, on the highest rung of the corporate ladder. It is the philosophy of the fist, the logic of the empire. And for 2,000 years, we have built our world upon this definition. But what if this is a lie? What if true strength, the kind of strength that can withstand any storm, that can conquer any fear, that can inherit the very kingdom of heaven, is found in the exact opposite place? What if the first step to becoming truly powerful is to become profoundly poor? Today, we delve into the single most radical, most countercultural, and most misunderstood statement in all of Jesus' teachings. It is the first and foundational principle of his Sermon on the Mount, the opening line of a manifesto that would turn the world's definition of success completely upside down. It is the secret to a life of unshakable peace and divine power. And it is hidden in 8 simple words. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This is not a gentle suggestion. It is a divine law. It is the first key that unlocks every other truth. And to understand it is to understand the very heart of the gospel. What does it mean to be poor in spirit? Our modern world recoils at the words. It sounds like weakness. It sounds like a call to be a doormat, to have low self-esteem, to be a victim. But this is a profound misunderstanding. To be poor in spirit has nothing to do with your personality, your confidence, or your material wealth. It is not a psychological diagnosis. It is a spiritual declaration. To be poor in spirit is to arrive at the end of yourself. It is the state of profound, brutal honesty where you finally admit that your own strength is not enough. Your own intelligence is not enough. Your own righteousness is not enough. It is the moment you stop pretending, you stop posturing, you stop relying on the flimsy fortress of your own ego, and you stand, naked and empty-handed, before the throne of God. It is the opposite of the spirit of the Pharisee, who stood in the temple and thanked God that he was not like other men. The poor in spirit is the tax collector, standing at a distance, who would not even look up to heaven, but beat his breast and said, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. This is not a state of despair. It is the beginning of all hope, because the kingdom of heaven is not a prize to be won by the strong. It is a gift to be received by the empty. God cannot fill a hand that is already full. He cannot pour his strength into a soul that is already convinced of its own power. To be poor in spirit is to become an empty vessel, ready to be filled with a power that is not your own. It is the ultimate act of surrender. And in that surrender, you find a new kind of strength. A strength that is not dependent on your circumstances. A strength that does not crumble when you fail. A strength that is not threatened by criticism. It is a quiet, resilient, and unbreakable strength because its source is not in you, but in the one who holds the universe in his hands. What is one area in your life, your career, your relationships, your personal habits, where you are still trying to rely on your own strength and finding yourself exhausted? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is the great paradox. The world tells you to be strong, to be self-sufficient, to build your own kingdom. But the first step to inheriting the kingdom of heaven is to declare spiritual bankruptcy. It is to admit that you do not have what it takes. And it is only when you arrive at that place of profound humility that you become a candidate for a miracle. This is the mindset that unlocks everything else. The person who is poor in spirit can mourn their own brokenness and therefore be comforted. They are meek, not because they are weak, but because they have no need to assert their own ego, and so they will inherit the earth. They hunger and thirst for a righteousness they know they cannot produce themselves, and so they will be filled. This is not a call to a life of passive inaction. It is a call to a life of profound, divine action, fueled not by the frantic energy of the ego, but by the calm, limitless power of grace. It is the secret of the Apostle Paul, who said, "When I am weak, then I am strong." It is the foundation of a life that is no longer a desperate attempt to prove your own worth, but a joyful journey of discovering his. So look at your life. at the areas of your own striving, your own anxiety, your own exhaustion. Perhaps the solution is not to try harder. Perhaps the solution is to surrender more deeply, to let go of the illusion of your own strength, and to open your hands to receive a strength that can never fail. This is the blessed life. It is a life of peace, of power, and of purpose, built not on the shifting sands of our own ability, but on the unshakable rock of God's grace. It is the kingdom that is promised not to the proud, but to the poor. If this message has challenged you to rethink the nature of true strength, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Join us as we continue to explore the revolutionary and upside-down wisdom of the kingdom of God.